Hello everyone, and welcome to Whimsy Wednesday. I hope you're all doing well. I thought I was, and then I found I had to start this video over 6 times. So let's see if we can get this together here. Now last week, I offered a video that had 10 items that you could use to improve your impression for the cost of a pizza or less. One of those items was a basic hair kit. And this video is going to show you what I would include in that kit. Now, most of these items can be found locally if you're lucky. So I'm going to have a list of those. But don't worry, I'm also going to have a list of the items and where you can buy them online and have them delivered. And the great thing is, this is actually going to include almost entirely small merchants that do living history items. I always like to try to support other merchants, other vendors, as often as I can. So let's get started. A little ginger beer for the belly. All right, so let's start with my favorite hairpins. Now my favorite hairpins are actually these straight steel hairpins. And you can see this one still has the price tag, $1.71 for this set of 12. Clara Rose, this is not a good time, my dear. I love you, but we have little things. All right. So I particularly like these steel pins. I'll give you a good look at this. This is the 3-inch pin. Now I like the 3-inch and then the 2.5-inch. They do come on, I know there's one here, in this much smaller length as well. I don't use these quite as often. I'll use these on like a bun. I use these longer ones on when I have braids that I'm crisscrossing at the nape of my neck. So what I would recommend is purchasing 2 sets of these in either the 2.5 and 2-inch length or the 2.5 and 3-inch length. And so at this price, $1.71, you'll be able to get both of those sets for less than $4. Okay? I'm realizing I have to update my prices because I actually priced those a little high. Okay, so the next favorite item, actually pretty easy. So these are the Faux tortoise hairpins, and these, if you can see, have that section that really lets it hold into your hair. You're not going to need a lot of these. Now this packet no longer has the tag on it, but I believe I got it at my local pharmacy for approximately $3. I think it was $2.89. Okay. Now let's compare. This is a vintage faux tortoise, hairpin. This I love. If you ever see these, grab them. I have 3 of them. I love them. I'll be sad if I lose or break them. So this is the affordable, basic. This is the next step up if you can find them. Notes, wake back up. All right, so after the hairpins, you're going to want to know what to put at the bottom of your hair if you happen to braid it. So these are basic elastics. All right, they do come in black or clear. I do use the black because then I can tuck them away, and the black is most similar to the bits of elastic that I find remnants of on things. You can see this little package is open. This has lasted me a very long time. Now you might wonder, do you bring this container with you? Nope. I like to make little bags. So I have these little bags that have my elastics in them. We'll go over containers towards the end. But I do have a mix of elastics in here. Oh, that's what I should tell you. I like the matte elastic, not the shiny elastic. But go ahead and make a couple of these. And this is really just a, what? 3x4, 3x5 piece of fabric, sewn, sewed it up the sides. I pinked the top. That's all that is. All right. So after that, the notes fell asleep again. And I have a kitty that wants to get back up on my lap. Next. Okay, so this is going to be the one item that you need to buy online regardless, unless you by chance run into this merchant or a similar merchant in person. Pomade. So this is by Talbott and Company. If you've been watching or reading for a while, you know I love this pomade. You can see it's starting to rust. I've had it for years. There's still a ton left in here. So this is firm. Smells pretty. You rub your fingers in it, and then you rub it in your hair. What I like to do is rub my fingers in this and get it between both sets of fingers, and then as I braid my hair, it will come off onto my hair and help keep my braids nice and neat and tight. And then I also do up here to prevent any flyaways, because I do have an assortment of, broken and baby hairs. This is essential if you have bangs or anything you need to keep back and out of the way. You can see just that little bit that I put on, how much that's holding that back. It's lovely. Okay, so then after pomade, my next recommendation is a hairnet. Now I'm not talking the $20 or $30 hairnet that you're going to order online later. I want you to buy a simple hairnet. No ribbon, just the net, okay? And they come in sets of 3. Conair has these. And this actually has the original price tag, $229 on the back. This is 3 in here. And you can see they're wrapped up in a tissue paper, which means you don't take the box, you just take what's in the tissue paper. You can make yourself another little bag to tuck these into. This is going to make your life so much happier. Just wear it plain, okay, to get started, to hold everything down and in place. If later you decide you really want a ribboned net, you can add ribbon to a net. You can add a frame and ribbon to a net. All right, talk to your milliner about that. But for right now, basic kit, just the hairnet. All right, so how are we doing on price? All right, so our basic kit, let's bring the notes back up, Anna, is going to include your hairpins. Will go $3. Okay. 2 packs of straight pins. That's 4. That's a total of 7. Your hair nets. This is a $229 just in case. We'll round that up. We'll call that $10 right there. Your pomade is going to be one of the more expensive items, but keep in mind this is going to last you for years. It's going to be $14. So we're at $24 right there. Your elastics, we'll say $2. I'm generous. Okay, so I just lost track. It was $24, $26 right there. All right, so that's less than a pizza. If you're going to be ordering these online, I'm going to give you the recommendations for Timely Tresses. Okay, I want you to pick out from her shop her tortoise hairpins. Okay, her plain hairnet. Let me back up. Her tortoise hairpins. Okay, one set is $4, or you can get 4 of her chagrin pens, which I never say right. And those pins are more like mine that I love. 4 of those, my apologies. 4 of those are going to be for $5, all right? Get the plain hairnet, that's $4, so in total you spent $8 or $9 so far. And then I want you to order either her back comb or 2 side combs, and those are going to be $4 a piece, okay? So either $4 for the back comb or $4 for the side combs. So from her, let me make sure I've got the numbers here right. 4, 4, 4, and 4. 3 times 4 is 12. Not bad. You could always up that a little bit and spend $20. Get the shipping. A really good start to your hair kit. All right. To get the straight pins, this is the one that makes me sad because I get these from Amish shops locally. All right, these are manufactured down in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. If you don't have access to an Amish shop locally, you can buy these online, but they're through Amazon. I didn't look very far to see if I could find an Amish shop online. You see the problem. So yeah, you can get these from Amazon, but they're not cheap. So instead of this $1.71, it's closer to $6 for the same amount. So that's where a huge price jump is going to be happening. So instead of spending $4, you're going to be spending $12. But still, that keeps our total right around that $30 mark. All right, so I think that covers my basic items. So let's go back through that for the third time. 2 types of hairpins, the straight pins and the faux tortoise. Your elastics, your hair nets, and your pomade. Pretty awesome. All right, so you might be asking, want a little more treats? What is the next thing I would recommend? Of course, it's those side combs or back comb. Now you can get those either from Timely Tresses. She has nice ones, and I'm realizing I thought I had all of them in here. All right, so these are actually her combs that I embellished with beads. These are the side combs. They're nice. I like them. Or you could order a back comb. And then another place you can order a really nice back comb, reproduction, either horn or gutta percha, actually from Beth Miller Hall. Now what I'm going to show you are originals, but she makes absolutely gorgeous reproductions. All right, so these are back combs. I do like the more petite size like this. She offers quite a variety right now. The reproductions reflect different materials and different designs, and I will include her information in the link. Hers has been on my wish list for a long time. I've just been really careful with my budget lately. Hers are a little more than a pizza, but well deserved more than a pizza. She puts a great deal of research into her materials and her designs, and has to do a mold each time. Oh, I should show you this. If you didn't see this last year, so this is the comb from Timely Tresses, and this is my original comb. So that's where this idea came from. It's based off of this comb here, which you can tell is missing some pieces. And both have a decent amount of weight. I was really quite pleased with how similar the beads are. Alright, let me put these back in their little box. And speaking of boxes, let's talk a little bit about what we want to put these in. Alright, originally, years ago, several of us made hair kits out of cigar boxes. And I have to say this has worked really well. Even if it isn't very authentic, this was really nice for the time. And obviously I still have mine and use mine. So inside of here, I'm able to keep quite a lot of my things. So I have some hair nets. I have some of my hair for rats. And then I have some hair things that I just kind of like stick in here on occasion. So here's my elastics. I don't know if you can see this, but I put strips of fabric across here that hold some of the modern hairpins. This one has hairnets tucked in there, and then I was even able to sneak in some pins there. So this stays home because I still enjoy having it. So a box of this size and shape would be useful. So other options. All right. This is just a little box, fanciful utility style, pasteboard on the inside, opens like so. This is 4 inches long. I brought this one out because I can't seem to find my French style boxes with the double closing lids that everybody loved years ago. I must have like sold them all and not realized I don't have a single one left for myself. But this size box is ideal. Check this out. You can fit, this is not quite 24 straight hairpins. Here's my 3 faux tortoise shells. What else I got over here? All right, we're gonna pretend, no, we're not gonna pretend. We're gonna come back over here. We're going to grab my little bag of elastics, and that closes up really nice. The only thing that's not gonna fit in there is going to be the pomade. But this will tuck into your luggage, your carpet bag very easily. All right. So then next up from that, I don't want to say up. I'm kind of going by size. Neither of these that I'm showing you are any better or worse than the others. They're just different options. This does have a crushability, so does this one. So this is a pasteboard box. This is more early 20th century wallpaper. You would obviously want a 19th century wallpaper, but this size box would be ideal. I just grabbed it to show you that size. Got all kinds of boxes hanging out around here. All right, and then this is the next kind that I love. This is a shaker style box. I call it shaker style instead of shaker because this is not actually made by shakers. This is made by a local artisan. But this size I really love. This is roughly 8.5 inches long by 5.5 inches wide, okay, and about 2.5 inches tall. This I currently have my combs in. This could very easily fit, I'll use the lid, all those items that we had over here. So imagine 2 little bags, one for your elastics and one for your hair nets, your comb, your faux tortoise pins, your pins, and your pomade. You can see how that'll very, very easily fit in this kind of box. In fact, this stuff's gonna wiggle and jiggle and get all unorganized. So I would definitely consider lining the box and then putting little pockets inside. Years ago I did that for some of these, and I loved how they came out. Sold those too. There's a downside of selling things. You make really cool things and then you don't have them anymore. But having those pockets, very similar to what was done for some of the shaker sewing cases, will help things from jiggling and wiggling around. All right. Take these out, put them all back. Do I have any other options? I do, but I didn't bring it with me. So I make those work pockets that I love. So they're the rolled pocket of pockets. If you make a pocket for each of your things, so your hairpins, your tortoise hairpins, your hair nets, your elastics, you can roll it, tie it, and make sure you have a pocket big enough for your pomade. That's a very easy and organized little pouch that you can carry your hair essentials in. That's the one I would be careful with the comb though, because it's soft. I'd be very careful about putting a comb in that. All right, I think that covers all of my essentials for the hair. If you decide to do a group like hair kit assemblage, I do have one recommendation. There are a variation on the steel hairpins. If you have a local Sally's, they come in big tins like this. Tins, plastic. And there's a couple different lengths. These are slightly thinner than the steel. And obviously they're black, and they come in brown as well. But this is an option where you could buy the whole container of 100 2-inch and 75 3-inch. And then you can split them between like 10 of you, and it'd be very cost effective. So buy a tin of these, buy a few of these, go buy 5 of these and split them, and then go buy your hair nets, and you can all get together and make yourself your basic hair kits. And by pricing things together, I bet you'll be able to spend a little less money too. At the very least, you can save on shipping or gas money. All right, I guess that's it. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you missed it, go back and watch the pizza video. It was just last week. Be sure to take a look at the blog post. I will link that below for YouTube. That way you have all of the information and you aren't missing anything. And if it is you're so inclined, I do have a Patreon account now, and I would love to have some support on Patreon so I can continue offering videos like this. Until next week, please enjoy hopefully wonderful weather, maybe a little rain because the ground does need it, and have a great weekend. Bye all.